Hi Aries, and welcome to your August predictions reading. Now before we get into it, I'm just going to let you know this is a general predictions reading for the month ahead, focusing specifically on August. If you're interested in love predictions reading, I do those in the middle of the month. So there is one up currently from mid-July to mid-August, and I'll be doing another one in the middle of August as well. So be subscribed to stay informed, or stay subscribed to stay informed if that's the case. The way that this is going to work, Aries, is I'm going to be pulling 3 oracle cards, which will tell us the main 3 themes that your sign will be experiencing in the month of August. So let's get into it for my Aries babies. What is happening in August for Aries? Spirit, what are Aries' main themes in the month of August? What are Aries' main themes in the month of August? What are Aries' main themes in the month of August? What are Aries' main themes? It took a little while. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. 1 more card. What are Aries' main themes for the month of August? Thank you. At the back of the deck, we have victory. Let me bring you over a little bit more. I'm kind of annoyed at this camera. Let me just fix that up, because you should be able to see this. There we go. That's better. That's better. So at the back of the deck, we have victory. And victory is saying for your group, well, first of all, your sign is all over this. So this is giving me very Aries energy. I feel like this card is encouraging you to think clearly about what you want and to stay focused on the actions you need to take in order to be successful. I think that August may have distractions for you, and it may be more about following through and either maintaining something that you've already started, or it's more about reminding yourself, okay, this is what we're doing and this is why it's important, because I do see some distractions for you, and I see the overall goal being you having victory. So let's talk about these themes one at a time. I'm going to put those 2 over there. Your first theme is productivity, the pumpkin card. So the pumpkin card for you has a lot to do with staying focused, like that bottom deck energy was saying. However, we also have the number 8 here. I don't like this angle. Let me move this forward a little bit. I want you to be able to see it clearly. Maybe we should even zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Is that okay? Kinda? It's so frustrating. Sorry, Aries. Sorry to make you guys my guinea pigs, but you're the first sign that I'm recording, so you kind of are the guinea pigs. I apologize. You are. Now, productivity is interesting because it feels like this theme is all about progress. With the 8 here, I'm seeing movement, I'm seeing consistency, I'm seeing hard work, and I'm seeing that, you're going to have your ups and downs. Something that you are desiring in the long term is going to take effort, and you're going to have moments where you feel like, gosh, is this even going to pay off? And then there's going to be highs where you're like, wow, this is great. Progress will be made through consistency. This is something that you care about a lot. It could be a home, it could be saving for a home, moving for a home, or have to do with you achieving something that means a lot to you and making like your loved ones proud with the Cancer energy here. It has a lot to do with you taking action too. Cancer being a cardinal sign, it's like it's up to you. So let's get some tarot out and clarify this. We'll use Dreamy Moons. What is going on with Kent Pumpkin for Aries spirit? Oops. What is going on with this Kent Pumpkin for Aries? Okay, we have the Page of Crystals reversed. What is going on with this Kent Pumpkin for Aries? We have the High Priestess reversed. A Knight of Stars wants to come out. It wasn't my goal. There's another card in here that I need, but apparently the Knight of Stars is the one. Isn't there another card that's flipped, Spirit? Oh well. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. High Priestess reverse, Knight of Stars upright. Definitely slow and steady progress needs to be made. And there's also this feeling of trusting yourself. It's not that you're supposed to trust the process and close your eyes and pray about it. That may be helpful if that's how you find help. But in this case, this High Priestess is reversed because Spirit's saying, no, trust the effort that you put in. This isn't about being completely blindly faithful. You need to be able to trust the fact that you are doing enough and that your hard work will pay off in the long term. So August is very much a hustle month for you. Committing yourself to something long, like a long plan, or just staying consistent with something that you've already done. And the goal here seems to be longevity, Sweet Pea. So you may not see much progress immediately, but over time it will become more successful. The Page of Crystals reverse tells me that something about the situation has the tendency to get boring, or just kind of your curiosity wanes and you become very like, ugh, this feels so stagnant, and ugh, it's easy to get distracted from this, right? Your mind wanders and all of a sudden you're not as interested in it, and that's where your effort and your consistent actions need to pick up the slack. Is there anything else you can tell them about this theme? We have the Queen of Crystals now. So the crystals in this deck are swords and the stars are pentacles. Is there anything else you can tell them about this theme? We have the Chariot reversed. Productivity. We've got a lot of cards falling on the ground, and the Two of Crystals. On the ground, I have the Ace of Cups reversed with the Four of Cups reversed. So you're afraid of missing out on other opportunities because you're so focused on this. You guys are like, damn, is this even going to pay off? I'm putting all this energy into it. Is it even going to pay off? I'm so worried that I'm just going to miss out on everything else while I focus so hard on this. The thing about your situation is a lot of it is in with your control, and I think it's about looking at long-term reward versus instant gratification. And for some reason, you feel to be, you're getting either distracted or people are trying to distract you from this. Now, the thing about it is, as well with that Queen of Crystals, is you have this bigger vision that other people maybe don't understand. And so I could see how socially you have acquaintances, friends, or just people in general trying to kind of say like, come on, Aries, just take a break. Like, it's fine. Just do this, just do that. And you're not on the same page as those people because they don't have the same goals as you. So straight away, their information, their advice, their peer pressure is not at all fitting with your vision. You're showing up as someone who can see the bigger picture, someone who is aware of the gravity of their actions and who knows that, you know, a quick 5-day, break or a Friday night break isn't going to be helpful to the long-term plan. So the thing about your situation here is that you know best. Other people have a negative influence on this situation, especially peers or people who are considerably less mature in the sense of their goals, their pursuits aren't as serious as yours. With the Chariot reversed, I feel like this has a lot to do with you measuring, or should we say tempering, like balancing out your emotions as well. Because when you start to feel like you're missing out on life, then you start to feel like all of this is a waste of time. Even though you've already apparently invested so much energy and you are actually seeing progress, you still feel like it's not the progress that you need, and you still worry that you're sacrificing your 10 of Cups. You still wonder whether all of this will be worth it. And I do see it paying off, sweets. I just think that you're going to have to make some emotional sacrifices in the month in order to get it to pay off. So let's get you some closing advice. We'll actually use this deck. I don't get to use this deck often anymore. What is the closing advice for Aries in this theme? What is the closing advice for Aries? Because I see you turning down people and saying like, oh, actually, I can't do that. Sorry. I can't do that this month. What is the closing advice for Aries? And people being like, come on, Aries, like just take a break. It's not that big of a deal. We have Volcano coming out. No one is yours but you, and Under a Spell. Both of these cards are reversed. So that gives me confirmation that you are the Queen of Swords, and everybody else who has a negative impact on this long-term goal and your productivity in general towards your more materialistic pursuits, they are distractions. You aren't under their control, you aren't under their spell. In fact, people are looking at you like, Aries, dang, this goal has you under a spell. But with the volcano, you are being encouraged to give yourself an outlet, because you're not supposed to be missing out on emotional success. You may need to make sacrifices, but you should still be giving yourself the chance to connect with people in general. I see that this feeling of missing out has a lot to do with you just having more balance and trying to find ways to give yourself outlets, right? Because I do see you making sacrifices in order to be productive. But I think with the volcano, you're just going to explode if you don't give yourself enough of an outlet some way, especially if you're an Aries sun or an Aries moon. I feel like y'all need an outlet to just sort of blow off steam. Now, with no one is yours but you, there is a strong feeling of following through on a promise you made to yourself or on something that you know is important to you. You need to do this. Other people won't understand why, and that's fine, but you need to do this for you. So that's your first theme. Let's push those cards to the wayside, and we'll get your second theme out now. Very messy spread. I might shuffle these two back in, actually. We'll shuffle those two back in. Just ignore that mess. My gosh. Your second theme over here is wisdom. And wisdom in this deck is a fiery energy with the number 22 and Leo. So in general, wisdom for you is giving me this feeling of protection through experience. I feel that you are leveling up, and you may be facing a situation where, had it come to you at a more naive time, maybe it would have been more detrimental to your progress and to who you are as a person. But now that you're older, now that you're wiser, now that you've experienced more, the situation is more about giving you the chance to make choices that are more helpful. So this is interesting, because with Leo, I can't help but feel like this has a lot to do with how you see yourself and how this situation can be beneficial to you, whether it's making you look better or whether it's giving you the opportunity to shine and to create something for yourself. And with the number 22, it's highly likely that somebody else may be involved, and it could require a level of like partnership or working with them. So let's have a look. What is this wisdom card about for Aries, please, Spirit? You have a lot of fiery energy about you this month. We have the 8 of Wands reversed. What is this wisdom card about for Aries? Don't know what you've got till it's gone. The 9 of Stars reversed, that's 9 of Pentacles. Strength reversed. Clarify the 8 of Wands reversed. Clarify the 9 of Stars reversed. And clarify Strength reversed. This is a big theme in your life, sweets. A very big theme. We have the Fool reversed with the 6 of Wands at the back of the deck. So we've got a lot of major arcana. The Strength card, the Fool card, Judgment, the World. Wisdom for you this month has a lot to do with how you take the setbacks and direct them into different focuses. Because I do feel like something that you may have been passionate about is a misdirection of energy. It may have been a temporary situation, or it may be falling apart and paving way for something bigger and better. I feel like the energy towards this has either stagnated, or you're going to be seeing it stagnate in the month of August. And this situation was something that tested how you see yourself. It was a situation that made you question your worth, made you question whether you were worthy enough or whether you had enough. And I feel that changing as well. Your point of view is that the situation didn't deserve you and that you need to change circumstances. I could see how this could be a job situation, like a workplace undervaluing you and not really giving you enough tasks that were a reflection of your education or your skill set. But I could also see how this could be a relationship or a friendship that you felt wasn't actually growing anywhere, because I'm seeing stagnation. It's like there was so much energy and movement and excitement, and then it's just kind of hit a wall here. And with the World card, it's a strong feeling of this had to happen in order to make room for something bigger. We had to feel more accomplished and recognized and utilized in a different situation. This situation grew stagnant very quickly as well. The fire went out. So I feel like with Judgment here, you're going to be realizing in August how this situation that you had been trying so hard to become recognized in or seem worthy enough for is actually a situation that doesn't deserve you. And this awareness with Judgment is causing some quick action. For some of you, you're going to have a change in the month of August. But for others of you, this awareness is going to be very impending and looming, and you're going to feel pressure here to take action. Now, with the Fool reversed and Strength reversed, I could see how some of you will feel like this is too risky. I can't make any big actions in August. Like, I've got other things to think of. I don't have the courage, or I don't have the strength. I don't have the stamina. I don't have the energy to do that yet. Some of you are going to go down with the ship and wait until it's really not possible to do anything else because you're very loyal people. Whereas others of you are going to start to curiously research other opportunities and look into other situations that you could be fruitful in. And you're going to kind of move away in a sneaky way. You're going to kind of plant seeds and maybe work 2 jobs. Like I could see how some of you, for whatever reason, need to be very careful about how you exit this situation. But the wisdom behind this is that you can't grow here anymore. This energy isn't fruitful and it's not progressing. So you need to start moving your energy towards something else. And this is seemingly selfish, but it's actually exactly what you need to do in the month of August. You've got to look after yourself here. So what is the advice with this wisdom energy for Aries? What is the advice with this wisdom energy for Aries? Oops, keep flipping cards. We have cast your sacred symbol. That has to do with protection. It also has to do with, if you are Wiccan or you study paganism or you are someone who believes in sigils and symbols, that is more about the symbolism behind using certain symbols and sigils to strengthen whatever your intention or purpose is. Now, I'm not saying to do that, but if you do that, this is your sign to keep doing that. The reason why this card is here reversed for you as advice is because there's only so much that signs and synchronicities can do for you before you have to take those signs and make actions through your own free will. There is a feeling here of knowing when to act. Even if you need more confirmation, ask for it, because the universe will give you confirmation. If you feel it's too risky to do something now and you're not 100% sure on what the situation is, ask for a sign from the universe. Say, hey, universe, was that crazy hermit lady talking about this situation? Please give me a sign. Because you will receive that sign, but once you've received it, it's up to you to change the situation through the actions of your free will. What else can you tell Aries? Oops. We have be free, do what you love. Yeah, this is very much about being recognized, because the situation that you're in isn't recognizing you for who you are and for what you have. You're showing up as an underdog when you're actually the hero, the main event. Be free, do what you love. This is confirmation that you should explore other things that can offer you what you deserve, let alone what you are passionate about. We have can't be caught in the reverse. So there's this feeling of you being someone of high value and you being the one who gets to choose. With that card reversed, it may be that you're out of touch with the fact that you have qualities that are desirable and that people want. And you need to be reminded of that when you decide to have the courage to walk away from this situation. So that's what I'm seeing with the Wisdom card. Let's have a look at your last theme now. We have affection, the Sorrow card. And in this deck, it is a very fiery card, but it has a connection to Taurus as well. I see this coming as a test of patience. I see some of you working on a relationship and this relationship being very grounding for you. In the month of August, this relationship could be something that is very patient and it's something that fits in really well with your routine. But I think affection is more about you knowing what your needs are and finding ways to get your needs met on a regular basis. I do see some of you guys opening up to potentially gaining affection from people that you wouldn't have before, if that makes sense, like dating. But with Taurus, this feels like we're getting closer to someone. We're spending more meaningful time with someone. Your first card is the Queen of Stars reversed. So these are situations that are of high value to you. People who are of high value to you. You're not choosing to share your energy with everyone and anyone. These are situations that deserve your energy. The Nine of Cups. Yeah. Some of you are just going to really be careful about who you give your love to because you feel like you don't have a lot of energy. So you're keeping it very close to home with Taurus here. You're sticking to your routine of your usual people, the Devil card, feeling tempted to go outside of that, but acknowledging that there are people who take more than they give. So some of you may need to be very careful about who you share your energy with, because I'm seeing a person taking advantage and being a bit of an energy vampire here. The goal is to know how much to invest and when. And for those who are getting to know someone, you seem to be wanting to spend a lot of time with them. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like what you want and what they want, you're still figuring that out. Bottom deck energy is the Ace of Stars. So there is an opportunity here to really work on a relationship, and we'll do a love reading in the middle of the month. But there's an opportunity to work on a relationship here. The only thing is, I don't know if the two of you have the same expectations over the future. There is a feeling of somebody wanting one thing and the other person wanting another. And I think that the situation can be met halfway through compromise. Excuse me. I don't mean to yawn. But I also think with the Queen of Stars reversed and this Four of Cups upright, you seem to be afraid of missing out on something. So there is this energy of someone kind of coddling the other person a little bit, suffocating them a little bit, because any time that you have with them, you're treating it as being very precious and rare. I could see how this could be a parent-child dynamic, okay? And if it's not, if it's a lover, it still feels like a parent-child dynamic. One person really trying to over nurture the situation to the point where they're like, I'm just afraid of, missing out on something. And the other person feeling like, okay, like the situation has become a bit heavy on one side, So I think that you may be using a relationship here to kind of make up for any lack of feelings in other areas of your life. Or you may be just spending a lot of time with one or two people in particular. And it's coming across as you kind of cutting yourself off from other things. I feel like with the King of Cups reversed and the Devil upright, there is a feeling of somebody emotionally manipulating you to get what they want. And I could see that happening in a parent-child dynamic as well, right? We all know how to put on that face or talk a certain way to get our parents to do what we want them to do. So I think that you just got to be very careful about what you're doing here, because you're doing too much. With the Nine of Cups, it's almost coming from a place of guilt. Even though there is mutual love, there is mutual affection, and there is mutual understanding, one person is giving way too much out of obligation and even fear of that person missing out. So let's get the advice here with this affection card. What is the advice for Aries? What is the advice for Aries with the affection card? We have everything you need too soon reversed. What is the advice? The All-Knower reversed. And lastly, we have gifts to the portal. So Spirit is saying it takes a community, it takes a village to raise a child. So if this is a parent-child dynamic, ask for help from people who you trust when it comes to parenting. I'm not saying offload responsibility in a way that feels uncomfortable for you, but definitely getting support. Gifts to the portal is almost this feeling of like getting external support somehow, even if it's anonymously, even if you don't trust family to support you. But also gifts to the portal is asking you whether what you're doing is worth the outcome, because I see a lot being given with no certainty of whether this is the best that we could do, you know, like I'm almost seeing like a black hole. We're putting something in and we just don't know if it's going to come back. It may never come back. So questioning the method here in how you approach this situation in this relationship, is it the best way to handle the situation? Could our actions be changed to suit a different outcome? The All Knower reversed is interesting because I feel like there's information that's purposefully being hidden from you in this situation. This person is purposefully withholding something, and it feels cheeky, but they're also a lot smarter, wiser, more cunning than you realize. Okay, very Scorpio energy. It's that deflection feeling. I'm going to take your focus away from that and put it here instead, so you don't even ask me about that. That's what it feels like. So just know that there's a sneaky, sly, cunning energy here that knows what they're doing. And then we also have everything you need too soon. So this is a feeling of trying not to take on more than you can right now, because there is a question mark here around like how much can you actually give right now? Being more realistic and reasonable. Now, I just want to, before we finish your reading, throw out some key signs that could be significant. Signs that I'm seeing starting over here. We have Pisces. We also have Cancer. I'm just going to do major arcana. We have Aquarius and Capricorn, Leo. We have a little bit of, I want to say Aquarius again, but I'm also going to add Scorpio to that. We have Capricorn again. So those are the key signs that I'm seeing. We have Taurus, Cancer, and Leo. To be fair, if I read all of those, we're going to have a lot. So those are the key signs that I'm seeing in your month of August. That is all I'm seeing for you, Aries. I hope this was helpful. I hope the themes resonate already. You may have messages in your sun, moon, rising signs as well if this didn't resonate 100%. And I shall see you in the mid-month love predictions reading. Have a prosperous, abundant month ahead. Bye.